to the Open Scoring MMA podcast. No secrets, no bias, just the real fight game. Let's get ready.
Welcome to Open Scoring MMA. This is episode 29 for July 18, 2026, your daily look at what's happening now and next across the world of MMA and UFC. All right, let's dive straight into the aftermath of UFC 303 because Conor McGregor is already making waves. Despite reportedly suffering a leg injury in the opening seconds of his main event bout, the former two-division champion isn't planning on walking away. He's vowed to be back, which honestly is exactly what you'd expect from the Notorious One. He faced Michael Chandler in that fight, and while the outcome was tough, his spirit clearly isn't broken. The man just can't stay away from the cage, and that's what we love to see. The question now is, who's next for him when he does return? Dana White, for his part, isn't entertaining a trilogy fight between McGregor and Holloway right now. So that's off the table for the time being, which leaves a lot of possibilities open for McGregor's next chapter. It's always a spectacle when he fights, and his return will undoubtedly be one of the biggest events in the sport, no matter who he faces. Speaking of big names, let's talk about our favorite, Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. Following what was reportedly a show-stealing win last weekend, Paddy is absolutely on top of the world. And get this, he's been offered the chance to make his acting debut on a hit Tom Hardy show. That's right, from the octagon to the silver screen. It just goes to show you the kind of star power this man has. He's not just a fighter, he's an entertainer, and Hollywood is clearly taking notice. The opportunities are clearly lining up for the baddie. Whether it's in the cage or in front of the camera, Paddy Pimblett is a force to be reckoned with, and we're here for all of it. The MMA community on Reddit is buzzing about potential matchups for Paddy, with word that a Topuria versus Pimblett fight could be on the horizon in the second half of the year. That'd be an absolute barn burner, a true clash of styles, and a fight that'd get everyone talking. Now let's shift our focus to what's happening this weekend. There's no UFC event scheduled for Oklahoma City on July 20th, 2026. There's no announced fight between Dricus du Plessis and Kamaru Usman for any upcoming event as of July 18th, 2026. There's no PFL Austin event scheduled for July 20th, 2026. In other news, Dana White is finally giving Arman Tsarukyan his flowers. This comes after Tsarukyan's recent performance at RAF 11, where he reportedly faced retired UFC star Colby Covington in the main event. That was a big fight for Tsarukyan, and it seems to have cemented his status as a top contender. It's great to see a fighter like Tsarukyan getting the recognition he deserves, especially from the boss himself. He's been putting in the work, and it's clearly paying off. Unfortunately, we have some news regarding Irene Aldana. Irene Aldana is still listed on the active UFC roster as of July 18, 2026. She was born on March 26, 1988, making her 38 years old as of July 18, 2026. Given her ranking and recent layoff, the news was met with some surprise. It's always tough to see a veteran fighter step away, but we wish Irene all the best in her next chapter. She's had a fantastic career and given us some memorable fights. Looking ahead, there are some exciting potential matchups being discussed for the second half of the year. Beyond Topuria versus Pimblett, we could see Van versus Cape and Nunes versus Harrison. These are all fights that would absolutely shake up their respective divisions and generate a ton of buzz. The second half of the year is shaping up to be a wild one for MMA fans. Nora, we've got a big one coming up with Dricus du Plessis and Kamaru Usman. My gut tells me Usman's got a mountain to climb moving up a weight class, even with his pedigree.
You're not wrong, Duke. The numbers do favor du Plessis in this matchup. He's the natural middleweight, and Usman's making a significant jump. Our model actually has du Plessis as a strong favorite.
But Usman's got that champion's heart, that grit. You can't quantify that on a spreadsheet, can you?
No, you can't. And that's where the human element comes in. Usman's experience at the highest level is undeniable. But the physical advantages, the weight, the reach, those are measurable, and they lean towards du Plessis.
So, you're saying the model doesn't account for the Nigerian nightmare factor?
It accounts for historical performance and physical attributes. The intangible will to win is something we, as analysts, have to consider outside of the pure data. But the data is very strong for du Plessis here.
Fair enough. It's going to be a fascinating clash of styles and wills, regardless of what the numbers say. All right, let's get to our OSM pick for this episode. Our system has been crunching the numbers, and for the fight between Lewis McGrillen and Rafael de Nascimento, we're picking Lewis McGrillen to win. Our model gives McGrillen approximately an 80% chance of victory. Now, the betting line implies about a 74% chance, so we're actually a little higher than the market on this one. This is a value pick for us. The top reasons for our confidence are that form heavily favors McGrillen, and he also holds a significant physical advantage in this matchup. We're feeling pretty strong about this one, and we've actually shifted our confidence slightly upwards since our initial read. We like McGrillen to get the job done. That's all for today's Open Scoring MMA. We'll be back tomorrow with more news and analysis from the world of combat sports. Until then, keep those hands up and your chins down. Before you go, two quick things. Check out our free fight tracker at tracker.openscoringmma.com with every upcoming UFC and PFL card, live odds, and where to watch all in one place. And follow us on YouTube. Just search Open Scoring MMA for breaking news alerts, fight breakdowns, and videos you won't get here on the feed. That's it for today's Open Scoring MMA. Keep your hands up, and we'll see you next time.